With great power comes great responsibility. You probably heard this saying, and I've heard it, and I'm sure I've said it, but I was kind of pondering it today, contemplating it today, and actually thinking about what does that actually mean? What does it mean? With great power comes great responsibility. So one way you could look at it is in the conspiratorial way, is ones that have power over others have responsibility for others. That's one way we could look at it. Governments, leaders, nations, beings have responsibility for the beings that they seem to control or govern. Bom dia. And so that's one way of looking at it. But I'd like to offer another way of looking at it. It's a very obvious way. And we always like to look at words and look at the breakdown of the words and look at what's hidden in plain sight. And so with great power comes great responsibility. What is power? Or, for any of my non-Irish people, what is power? That's one of the words that has stuck, that hasn't shifted so much. Power. What is power? So, power in this way that we're going to share it here, power is choice. Power is the ability to choose, the ability to respond. So when we talk about this type of power, what power we're talking about is the power of choosing your thoughts, choosing your mental state. Power is choosing your emotional state, choosing how you feel. This is real power. The power over someone or something is a temporary power that is built on hierarchy, the idea that someone is wiser, more powerful, more resources, more intelligent, whatever it is. And that one, or those group of ones, have power over the ones that are less than. The power we're talking about here is innate power, inside. It's within us. And it's the power and the ability to choose one's own thoughts, choose one's own feelings, and choose one's own experience. We don't get to choose what happens. We don't create our reality. We get to choose how we respond to what happens. And so great power is the ability to direct our mind, direct our thoughts, and not be at the whims of the crazy thought forms that appear in all of our lives, and not just believing blindly every thought that appears in this field, the sea of thoughts that appears. It's the ability to direct our mind, to direct our thought towards that which we wish to experience, be empowered, be in power. So we are in power when we choose and direct our thoughts in ways that we choose, not at the whims of other thought forms or other intentions of directed thought forms, or even just the thoughts and ideas of the people around us or the collective in your society. And the ability to respond. So great power becomes great responsibility when we have the ability to respond to an emotional state, not by feeling like we're a victim of it, not by feeling like we've, something or someone has made me feel something. It's the ability to choose our emotional state, to know that we are choosing our emotional state, but what happens is we choose it so quickly that it seems like it's happening to us. Trigger, response, emotion, all of these things seem to happen logically as cause and effect. But actually we have the ability, and we are all doing it. We are choosing our emotional responses based on past events, based on trauma, based on desires, based on aversions, based on wants, what we want and what we don't want. So real power is the ability to choose our thoughts, choose our feelings, and thereby we choose to have an experience in which we are empowered. We are not thrown about by the waves. We're choosing to directly choose our thoughts, choose our feelings, and thereby our experience becomes where we direct our thoughts and feelings. And whenever, again, we don't get to control what happens. We don't get to choose what happens to us. We don't get to choose how far the waves comes in, or if the waves comes in. We don't get to choose that person triggering us or not. But we are empowered with the great power, becomes the ability to respond to life through the power over our thoughts and emotions. We become the master of our experience, not the servant to the mind or the servant to our feelings. So the empowerment is that innate power that we have within us that is unique to humans, in this realm at least, where we have the ability to direct thought and the ability to choose our emotion and channel our emotion, channel our feelings, emotion, to direct, like it's literally always there. Ability to respond, responsibility. Energy and motion, emotion. Power is within, it's innate, our innate power. Not power over, it's power in, empowered. So we have this ability. And at times we abdicate this power by giving it to someone or something else. We give it to the government, we give it to our partner, we give it to the beings in other dimensions, we give it to artificial intelligence. We give away our power to choose our thoughts, to direct our mind, to move the energy of emotion in a way that we choose. The ability, the real great power of responsibility, the ability to respond to life in the way that we choose, not the way we've been conditioned, not the way our trauma says, not the way life says you should react. It's responding. Reactability is the disempowered state. Someone says something, someone does something, something in the world happens, I think this way and I react and I feel this way. Therefore my experience is dominated and is dictated by someone or something other than myself. So I'm no longer empowered, I am disempowered by the thoughts, feelings, directions, intentions of a seeming other, of a seeming source outside of myself. So there we have given our power away. We have given our beautiful power to an external force, external idea that actually has no power other than the power that we give it. Power. It's going to be power, so just deal with it. Deal with it. P-O-W-E-R is power where I grew up. And where I grew up, mostly our power was given away to stories. Mostly our power was given away to ideas, to ideologies, to separation, to war, to fear, to victimhood, to righteousness. And all of these things were learned. They weren't at the beginning, of course. Every child is born perfect, and every child is perfect. And this perfectly imperfect journey is what it is as a human. And we have the ability to respond. And we have the ability to use our innate God-given power at any time, in any way we so choose. So the invitation today is, as we walk back, where have you been in reactability instead of responsibility? Where have you been reacting to thoughts and feelings that seem to be coming from outside of you? Someone said something, someone did something, an appearance in the world, an experience in the world is causing you to act and feel a certain way that you seem to be not choosing. Again, it happens so quickly, it feels like that person triggered me, that person cut me off in traffic, that person said that thing that I don't like, that person is where it looks a certain way, and now I think this, and now I feel this. It happens so quickly it seems like it's happening to you. Nothing happens to you, everything happens through you and as you and for you. So where can we become the great power that brings great responsibility. We have the ability to respond. We have the power to direct our thought. We have the power to choose our feelings. And so to some degree, probably I can hear some little minds saying, well, I don't get to choose my thoughts. Thoughts just appear. And that is true. We're swimming in a sea of thoughts. It is true that we're swimming in a sea of thoughts. It's not true that we don't get to choose. Yes, there are moments where it feels like thoughts is there and I haven't chosen them, but we do choose. If I tell you now to think of a pink elephant on stilts eating a banana, I'm directing your thought. But you actually went there. Now tell your mind to say, it's going to come up with some form. Tell your mind to say, I am. You say, I am. Tell your mind to say anything and repeat it over and over again, and your mind will say it. You are directing thoughts. But are you being directed by the pink elephant on stilts eating a banana? Or are you being directed by the inside direction of I am, I choose my thought? Very simple example. That's how we do it. We're either at the whim of someone else's thoughts, some banana-eating elephant, or we're in the empire of I am. I am free to choose how to think about anything as I choose. I am free to choose the thoughts from this infinite sea of crazy thoughts. I get to choose which ones I interact with. Feelings. Something happens, and because of programmed responses, because of trauma, because of aversions, because of desire, something appears in our life, a memory appears, something physically happens, or we have a thought about the future, and then it seems to bring an automatic feeling. But is it automatic? Have you ever had a thought, we talk about this a lot, have you ever had a thought about something that at one stage of your life gave you one feeling, and now you think about it differently and you have a different feeling about it? Have you ever fallen in love and fallen out of love? Have you ever been friendly with someone and then not friendly with someone? Have you ever liked a certain food or experience or restaurant or country or whatever and then not liked it? What changes? The things are the same. How we choose to feel about the thing is what changes, and we do get to choose it, because who else is choosing it? Unless you want to stay with the victim story that things are happening to you, and then this video is not for you, so if you've got this far, it's probably time to switch off. If you want to stay with the victim story of the poor me, that things are happening to me, and that I can't help, and I can't choose to think this way because I just think this way, and I can't help but feel this way because I've always felt this way, or because culture told me to feel this way, or because my trauma tells me to feel this way, then this video is not for you. With full compassion for trauma, with full awareness of trauma. I'm not saying that it's easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. I'm not saying it just happens automatically. It definitely doesn't. With great power comes great responsibility. If we want to have the great power of the ability to respond, we have to challenge our unquestioned beliefs. We have to challenge the things that we assume, especially the assumptions. We have to challenge what we've been told. We have to challenge those thoughts. And when that crazy thought that you've kept thinking that doesn't serve you appears, you delete it, you drop it. And then choose a new thought, choose a new empowering thought in any moment. And whenever that feeling comes up that overwhelms you and seems to take you over and really feels like it's happening to you, can you? Yes, you can. If you choose, and if we practice it, choose to allow that feeling to move through. It's different with thought, with feelings. The emotion of overwhelm comes up. Okay, I don't have to tell a story about it. I don't have to try and push it away. I don't have to talk to the 11th dimensional star monkeys to tell me why I'm having this feeling. The feeling is there, it's just there. It's been there before. There's no new feelings. There's nothing new under the sun. But that feeling is here, and just as soon as it's come, it can leave if we allow it to. So let the feeling move through you and choose to feel how you wish to feel. So if it's very overwhelming, darkness, sadness, heaviness, instead of, and it takes some time to move, we let it go, we let it, meaning we just allow it to be. We're not trying to change it, we're not trying to fix it, we're not trying to move it. We're allowing it to be as it is. We're just letting it be. So instead of telling the story, I'm like a poor, sad me, I'm a depressed me, I am a victim of my feelings, I can choose to be just neutral and okay with the feeling of sadness being here. I don't have to tell a story. I don't have to say I am sad. I can begin to say sadness is here and I'm watching it and I'm feeling it. Oh wow! Look how low it goes. Look how that thought links to that feeling, and I begin to experience literal feelings in my body, because the body does play it out. When you feel scared, things tighten up. When you feel anxious, the body responds. But can we choose to begin with? The first step, begin to choose whenever a feeling comes up that is something that we do not wish to experience, begin to just feel okay feeling. Like we talked in another video last week, sad, if we have a story in our mind that sad is bad, sad comes up, we have to stop it. How about we just, sadness is here. It's not who I am. Sadness is coming through like a wave, like a cloud. And I'm okay feeling, witnessing, being with sadness moving through me. But I'm not holding on to it. It's not to become a roommate. It's not to become an identity. It's just here. So we can choose to feel okay with feeling not okay. We can choose to be, not identifying with the feelings that appear. And when we choose this neutral state, sadness is here, anger is here, rage is here. We don't need to express it, we don't need to repress it. We're just being the witness, being the knower of that experience. But we're not identifying it with saying, I am sad, I am angry, I am rage. We're just being with it. And then the next step of it is, we begin to choose. I'm okay with the feeling of sadness, and now I choose to go for a run, a walk on the beach. Now I choose to sit and look at a sunset. Now I choose to connect with my body lovingly. And we don't control how long it takes. We can't control anything. There's nothing to control. Imagine trying to control these waves. There's no control here, but there is choice. With great power comes great responsibility. The ability to respond from the power within. The ability to choose my thoughts, my feelings, and therefore my experience of this reality. And because everything already exists, every option already exists, every thought already exists, every feeling already exists, and every reaction or response to those feelings already exists, why don't we just choose the ones that work? Why don't we just make it simple and choose the thoughts, the feelings, and the experience that we would like to have? There is a finite thing in this dimension called time. And there's just a certain amount that we will choose to experience this body, this mind, and these feelings in this way. We are infinite and eternal, and it never ends and it never began. But in this current expression, this beautiful expression, that has a finite quality to it called time. And we get to choose how we use that time. If you're interested in this and other fun topics on this journey of becoming, we are opening up spaces to join with us as heart leaders. Join with us as those who have learned and remembered the inner power within. The power to respond. The responsibility. The ability to respond with power no matter what is happening, no matter what your mind is saying, no matter what you're feeling, no matter what your body is reflecting those thoughts and feelings. So you begin to choose your experience, so you begin to lead from the heart, so you begin to become all you came here to be, 144. I'm on a life mission to ignite, unite and highlight 144,000 heart leaders living and giving their unique genius in the earth and to impact and inspire the next 7 generations, leaving a legacy of love. If you'd like to join us, go to heartleader.love or send me a private message, and we will see where we glow together. Until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, loves, and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We are